For 4 years, my life was a picture-perfect design. As an interior designer, I've always loved creating harmony, but I never thought I'd have to apply that skill to completely redesign my own life. My marriage to Raphael was flawless, or so it seemed. He was a successful tech entrepreneur, and I was the wife who perfectly completed his world. Our social media was a gallery of genuine smiles, dream vacations, and sophisticated dinners. Everything was meticulously planned, like one of my high-end projects executed to perfection. When I found out I was pregnant, I thought it would be the final, beautiful touch to our perfect life. Instead, it was the first crack in the facade. In the beginning, Raphael seemed proud, but his compliments soon turned into suggestions. Honey, maybe you should stick to lower heels now. Isn't that dress a little tight for a pregnant woman? Don't worry, I'll hire a nutritionist to help you not overdo it. At first, I brushed it off as him being overly cautious, just a concerned husband. But slowly, I started to realize I wasn't his partner anymore. I was his next business venture. Something to be managed, controlled, and optimized for peak performance. The breaking point, the moment the entire illusion shattered, came during a cocktail party with his investors. I was 7 months pregnant, exhausted, but I had made the effort to be there to play my part. One of the partners smiled and commented on my growing belly. Raphael responded with a practiced plastic smile. Oh yes, we're taking all the necessary steps. We've already got a personal trainer and a nutritionist lined up for after the birth. Clara will be back in shape in no time. Standing there, in that crowded room, I felt like an object on display. As he went on, detailing my future exercise plans and diet restrictions, it hit me. I wasn't his wife. I was an accessory, one that needed to maintain the aesthetic standard of his perfect life. My body, our child, it was all just part of his brand. That night, while Raphael slept soundly, completely unaware, I began my most important project ever, my freedom plan. Like any good designer, I started with the foundations. The first step was securing my financial independence. Luckily, I had always kept some freelance work on the side, and I'd been quietly putting that money into a separate bank account he knew nothing about. Then I started documenting everything. Every belittling comment, every attempt to control me, every time my own choices were overridden under the guise of caring for me. I kept a meticulous record. I found a small, compact apartment near my studio and, with the help of a trusted friend, Lucia, I managed to rent it without him ever finding out. The following months were a masterclass in silent tension. I learned the art of pretending. I'd smile at his criticisms, nod along with his recommendations, all while secretly organizing every single detail of my escape. With every doctor's appointment he made for me without my consent, with every piece of clothing he chose for me, with every casual comment he made about my weight, my determination grew stronger. The pregnancy, which should have been a time of shared joy, became my lonely, private journey of self-discovery and resilience. I was building 2 lives at once, the baby inside me, and the future for us both outside those walls. The day finally came. Raphael had a trip planned to visit his parents. It was my window. As soon as he was gone, I called Lucia. In just a few hours, we executed the plan. I left behind the expensive furniture, the designer clothes, all the empty symbols of a life that was never truly mine. I took only the essentials. My work tools, my project files, a few beloved books, and the handful of mementos that actually held real meaning for me. On the polished coffee table, I left the signed divorce papers and a short, simple note. I am going to build a life where I am more than just a decorative element. The path from that moment wasn't easy. The divorce was tough. Raphael tried to paint me as emotionally unstable, but my detailed documentation, the log of his controlling behavior, and witnesses who had seen it firsthand spoke louder than his accusations. My daughter Sophia is now 4 months old, and every single day with her is a confirmation that I made the absolute right choice. Rapha's visits are rare and brief. The reality of caring for a baby, the messy, unpredictable, beautiful reality, doesn't quite fit into his curated social media feed. Today, when I look in the mirror, I see my stretch marks. But I don't see them as flaws to be hidden. I see them as the map of my journey to freedom. My body literally carries the story of how I created a new life while planning our new future. My career has flourished in a way it never could before. I've opened my own design studio, a space where I can finally express my authentic vision without having to fit into someone else's narrow standards. This whole experience taught me that the most important design project we will ever undertake is that of our own existence. Just like I transform physical spaces for my clients, I transformed my own life. I knocked down the walls that were blocking my light, I created new windows for new opportunities, and I furnished every corner with choices that were genuinely my own. The Clara who lived to compose a perfect picture for others is gone. In her place is a woman who understands that true beauty isn't imperfection, it's in authenticity. It's about building a life not on the shaky foundations of appearances, but on the solid ground of truth and self-love. Every day is a new opportunity to design a space where you can breathe freely, where your voice can be heard without fear, and where your choices are truly your own. That is the legacy I want to leave for my daughter, the courage to always be the architect of her own life. Thank you so much for listening to my story. If it resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more content about designing a life you truly love. See you next time.